Welcome, Pisces and Pisces cross watchers, to your singles and new love read for February 2023. So, number one, I apologize that these are coming out late, guys. I'm sure you can hear in my voice that I'm not feeling well. So I just have needed to rest a bit more. So we're going to get where you are, where you're headed, and what's being hidden from you. And then we're going to pick a different deck for the next love interest, good or bad, for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So I hope you guys have all had a wonderful week and that your weekend is shaping up to be a good one. Hope you're all safe and healthy and happy. So we have the Four of Pentacles is where you are. I'm actually feeling a lot of confusion. It seems, funnily enough, I've never really felt this about this card. It feels like a real Pisces card. Oh, sorry. There, that should be it. It just feels like a really dreamy, actually, and not quite scattered, but it actually feels more expansive than scattered. I almost wanted to say organized chaos, but that's not it. It actually feels like you're taking, I almost want to say like that divine feminine energy, that kind of approach to something here. I feel like, yes, there is some confusion going on, but you're not fighting it. That's kind of the divine feminine that the card was referring to. So I feel like whatever's going on, you definitely do not have all the information, but you know that. And you're not fighting against it. You're not clamoring for it. You're not, chasing information or chasing this or chasing that. You're just kind of like, well, the information's going to come right up to my doorstep. And it's not a like cocky, everyone's going to come for me. It's more, feels like you trust yourself. It's like you trust that you don't know everything about the situation. Excuse me, and I feel like in that you're trusting that the information is coming. I just want to get a clarifier on that one. Can you get a clarifier for the Four of Pentacles? And we have the Four of Wands. So it was the Temperance reversed. So I feel like, I almost want to say, Pisces, other people don't understand your process. You know what I mean? It's like other people may feel they have a quicker, faster route to get to where they want to go. But it kind of feels here that I feel like you may keep how you do things to yourself because people will just like immediately insert their ideas and be like, oh, well, you should do it this way and you should do it that way. And I feel like obviously around people like that, you are not even telling them that there's a problem. Because it's like them telling you how to do it in a different way doesn't help you solve anything. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's like, take this with a grain of salt, okay? I feel like you'll kind of go to the mat for yourself and things that are important to you. But in order to kind of sidestep an unnecessary argument or someone trying to unnecessarily push their ideas and concepts on you, I feel like you're just keeping this all to yourself. It does feel like, well, you may be in this divine feminine energy. It's almost like there's this, it may not actually be anxiety, okay? But it just feels like there's this energy here that is negative, and I feel like it's actually, may not be the actual situation, it might just be the energetics of it. It feels like this information that you don't have about this thing, I actually feel that it's like something is telling you that it's going to be bad, and I feel like you're not too sure if that's your intuition or if that's just kind of like anxiety, or you almost kind of like preparing yourself for the worst. And I'd love to tell you one way or another, Pisces. But it's not really giving me an answer. I do feel that it's like, this might sound strange, I feel like you will be victorious, but there is a little bit of disappointment in that victory. It's almost like, let's say you went to the Olympics or something, right? It's like you worked your tail off and you heard that you were going to be on the podium. So, of course, you're going to think, like, oh my gosh, I must have got the gold medal. Or at least that's what you're aiming for, right? But you get there and you got silver or bronze. And so it's like, okay, this is great. But if I had just done a little bit more, a little bit this or a little bit that. And that's not to say that getting the silver or the bronze is disappointing necessarily. It's just to kind of illustrate the energy. So where's Pisces headed right now? So you have the Four of Cups with Strength and the Six of Pentacles. Excuse me. So Pisces, I feel like someone's going to come in here. Oh my gosh, this is really a... So my kids hate it when I call them adorable, so I'm sorry if you don't like that, but I feel like your energy is really adorable. I feel like there's someone here that's like all up in their feelers. I feel like they might be someone that actually is pretty demonstrative in love. And I feel like you're over here. It's like this person might be striking up a conversation with you and they're making an effort to go out of their way to talk to you and they're doing all this stuff to show you that they like you, and you're over here not really even kind of sort of seeing it. It's almost this energy of, it's not a like, oh, nobody wants me sort of thing that you're being down on yourself. I feel like you're just genuinely in an energy where you aren't really, I almost want to say like you aren't looking for that, or it's almost like you may feel that this person in some way, shape, or form is, so it's like the two of you aren't a good match, or maybe you feel like they have more money or more this or more that. I feel for some of you, it really could just be that that you don't see it. And I really love it because they're over here being all romantic with the rose in their teeth, and you're like, so yeah, I had to go to the supermarket today and get some grapes. Like, it's just a really sweet energy. Okay. So, what is being hidden from Pisces right now? What's being hidden? What's being hidden? Oh, like, hold that. I really love it when tarot does this. So we got the Father of Wands, or this would be the King of Wands, which is really a very passionate person. So hold on for a second. This might sound strange, okay? I actually feel like this person's pursuit of you, or this person's like, wanting to get involved with you, that is actually being hidden at this time. I feel like, oh, I'm sorry if this is the case here, Pisces, and this might be specific, but I feel that some of you have been beat up by love to the extent that it's like when somebody is kind of like, they're going out of their way to be kind, I feel like you get into a place where it's almost like that makes you suspicious when people are too, too nice. And I feel like this person's intentions actually seem to be blocked from you, because I feel like you would be hella more defensive. More defensive. Those words don't, like, that sentence is bad, but you know what I mean. I feel like it's almost like if you knew this person was as interested in you as they are, I actually feel that you would, it's almost like you might want to go towards them, but I actually feel like you would kind of hermit yourself a bit here. It does feel, and you can flip this if you need to, right? But I actually feel that somebody here is, it's almost like if you knew how interested this person is in you, I feel like you'd try to tell them all of the reasons that they shouldn't be chasing you. And it's not a, you're trying to manipulate anything. Let me make that really clear. It actually feels more that it's because it makes you feel almost like exposed, a bit vulnerable. And it's almost like you kind of want to, nobody wants to get hurt, right? But it's almost this energy of like, maybe it's subconsciously that you're doing that because you do not want to get involved with somebody and kind of, get beat up by love again. So I think we're just going to pull a clarifier for this Father of Wands, and then we'll get into the new love. One card. So we have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck here. And then we have the Fool, the Queen of Swords, and the Tower. You know what? I love this person's energy. I really do. It's kind of the energy that, like, I wish I could be a fly on the wall. Because I feel like, excuse me, the less receptive you are to this person, the more they want you. And let me be real clear. I'm not seeing that it's like because they're super toxic and blah, 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 right? It's actually like this person likes when people don't just make it easy for them, right? They like a challenge. They like having to, I almost want to say like to put an actual effort forth to get someone. And what is absolutely adorable to me is that you're not doing it on purpose. It's just kind of like this, it actually feels like it might just be you. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like you are purposely pushing this away or you're trying to play games. Nothing like that. It's just you're a little standoffish. You want to make sure everything's good. It's like if someone's too nice, you're like, hang on a second. Let me see what your motive is here, and then we'll go from there. Because the Tower's reversed. So I do kind of feel, and of course, judge for yourself, Pisces. You guys are an intuitive bunch, right? I'm not feeling that this person it's like there may be times where they come across as a little bit of a troublemaker, but I actually feel that it's more, it's like the energy of somebody that wants to present as like the bad boy, bad girl sort of persona. But then you get in a relationship with them and they're like homebody. They want to sit on the couch and have popcorn and watch a movie. You know what I mean? It's like they just, in the beginning, they kind of like that dance where they have to catch you. It feels like, it's almost like, how do I say this? I feel to a certain extent when this person has to work for it, it makes them, like it increases the attraction. I almost want to say, hold on for a second. I feel like there's times where this person might actually like say or think that they're, too focused on the passion. And I actually feel like that isn't something that's true. I feel that's a narrative that has been said to them over and over and over again. And I don't feel necessarily that it's by, excuse me, that it's by any of their exes. I actually feel that it's something that was said to them like by siblings or sister or brother-in-laws or, like someone in their immediate family, I guess you could say. And I feel like people have told this person that they're a certain type of way for a long time. That it's like they didn't actually change into that person, but they may have started to see themselves in that way. So, who is the next new love for Pisces Sun? So we have the Five of Pentacles. Oh, what's really interesting, I love this energy. I feel like this person is kind of in the same boat as you. They just seem to have a bit more, almost want to say like a bit more knowledge. The card was saying that like you can feel that something's coming, but you're kind of waiting on it and you need more information. I feel like this person is kind of in the same boat. But I actually feel like they got the information that they needed, and I feel like they actually may have just, either they just did, or um, they did in the recent past, but they turned away from something. And I feel like it almost feels like they kind of went out and struck out on their own. And I feel that, depending on the connection that the two of you end up having, because of course that's up to the two of you, right? I feel like you may find this person, it's almost like there seems to be a bit of comfort, excuse me, in, knowing and meeting this person, because they are, it's like a step further in their journey. It seems to help you make decisions that it's like they might not always feel good, but they're right. You know what I mean? And that could be that you're modeling after this person. I actually feel sometimes that actually might mean that you see this person's mistake and you correct that in your own life before you make it. Oh, I don't think we're going to use that deck, actually. Felt wrong the second I picked it up. I got a clarifier. Oh, holy cow. I have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. So what I'm really getting here, usually the Five of Pentacles is like being left out in the cold and such, right? I'm not really picking... Sorry. I'm just actually going to grab some water. Okay. So I'm actually not feeling here that... Oh, that was ineffective, wasn't it? I feel like this person, they seem to have got out of a situation before the tower fell. Or it's like they saw that the lightning was about to strike. They saw that lightning and thunder. And they backed away from the situation. And I feel like now where they are, it's a safe distance away, but they can still see it. And I feel like this person may have chosen loneliness over chaos. But it is not a decision that they regret, because it's like they chose loneliness and peace over chaos. Right? So it's not just that they're lonely, it's that things are peaceful. I'm almost getting this vibe of like they're having this kind of brand new start, feeling like it's almost like they have kind of wiped everything out of their life and they're just kind of in this void right now. I do want to say that it's almost like they seem to be not really looking for a mate right away. So I'm not really sure why they're... Can we get a... Oops. Clarifier here, please? This person, man. So we have the Ten of Swords. Okay. Take this for what it's worth, okay? What I'm seeing is that this person may be interested in you. I'm not so sure that they're going to have the wherewithal to do anything about it. I feel like, yes, they've chosen peace and loneliness over chaos, but I am feeling like that their mood is really low. They might have a hard time kind of enjoying their life right now. And I feel to a certain extent that, well, you kind of see something in this person and like, oh, I'd be kind of interested. And I feel that they are too. I actually feel like they might be a little bit too hot off the heels of whatever this tower was to truly open up. I feel like we need one more card. Hold on. I was just about to start for Pisces Moon, but I guess we won't be doing that right this second. Okay, well, now the tarot deck is, making a liar out of me because we have the Knight of Cups. Here's the thing. I feel like this person seems to be in an energy that, like, they do want to pursue something with you. They just don't feel ready yet. And it's like, they seem to be an honorable person because they're not the kind of person that's going to, you know, mess with your head and trick you into thinking this or that just so they can keep you single until they're ready, right? It's like they're not going to get involved with you if they don't feel like they can give you enough of themselves for a relationship. It does seem to stem from some insecurities and feeling like there isn't enough of them. But it honestly feels like whatever the situation that they walked away from, what they need to do is kind of forgive themselves for it, because they feel like they're mad at themselves for, hold on for a second. I feel to a certain extent, it's like they're mad that they left. They're mad that they were there in the first place. They're mad that they were taken in. And I feel like that seems to kind of dissipate when they forgive themselves for it. So excuse me, I'm just going to write down a timestamp here. 1 second, Pisces. Hi, Pisces. Sorry about the blip in the video. I inadvertently closed the camera when I went to go record the time for the timestamp. So I do apologize for that. I did like shuffle these cards out before for Aries Moon. I'm sorry, for Pisces Moon before I realized the camera was off. So that's why they're already out. I'm super out of breath. Sorry. So we have the Knight of Wands here, and that was clarified by the Nine of Pentacles and the Empress. And what's really interesting here is the Empress card is, or sorry, the Nine of Pentacles is actually the Empress, like pre-Empress energy, right? So what I'm kind of getting here is not to be crappy to this Knight of Wands. I feel like they might be punching above their weight class, if you catch my drift. I feel like they may be somebody that usually, like, they pull. You know what I mean? That's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, if you've ever seen that show. But this person seems to be able to get these really great partners, and it actually may seem to you that, like, not that you're impressed with it or anything, but it just kind of seems like they have this kind of steady stream of very beautiful or very handsome partners, or how, you know, whatever the term would be to apply. But I'm still out of breath. That's kind of why I'm puffing away here. So I actually feel that this person has had really surface level relationships. I feel like there's somebody that hasn't had, you know, like a deeply intimate and open relationship with someone else. I feel like it's been based on the physical, and it's like whenever this person tried to open up, one of their exes would actually take that vulnerability and use it against them, and the other ex would just ignore them. So I feel like this person actually is looking for, it's like they have a real unfortunate approach to kind of like finding a mate, because I feel like they do seem to look for surface level stuff, but what they want is what's real. And I feel like for them, I do feel to a certain extent that they might be a little bit blind to you at first. But I feel like they're going to get some sort of sign. And of course, it will have to be up to them to choose that, right? But it just feels like this person is, I don't know how to say this, hold on. This is what it feels like. You seem to actually be exactly what this person truly wants. But because you don't obsess about like material things, and you're not really focused on that, that doesn't mean that you don't have material things, right? just means that it's not your number one focus, right? You're more focused on the people around you. I feel like this person might act like they're better than you. They might act a little hoity-toity, like, oh, it's almost like they're saying, like, I've had actors and actresses as partners. You know what I mean? It's like, I actually feel that them talking that garbage is a desperate attempt to make you like them. I feel like they may kind of parade, if they've been with someone that was popular, like model level attractive or something like that. They seem to kind of wear that as a badge of pride, and I feel like you're looking at them like that actually just makes you look kind of stupid. That's what they're focusing on, that's how they're kind of, selling themselves to a potential partner, because you're looking at it like, why would you advertise that? It's like, show me loyalty, show me trust, show me love, right? So it's unfortunate, because what they truly want and what their tactics are going to get them are two very different things. So for those of you with a Pisces ascendant, oh no. So I feel like this person is somebody, it's a Six of Swords, but it's reversed. So, and I'm not going to stop to do the timestamps because I don't want to mess up the video again. I feel like this is someone, it's like they seem loud, they seem chaotic, it's like they've got a bajillion things going on, and they're so stressed out, right? It feels like this person is somebody that's getting pulled in 50 different directions. And it's almost like they seem to, not that they get validation out of that sort of thing. Sometimes that is what comes through, but it's like with this person, it's almost like they, excuse me, I feel like they have so many people pulling at them that they get to a place where they don't know. It's like there's so much going on that they don't have a second to breathe and to process it, right? It's like one thing after another, after another, after another, and it just keeps coming at them. And they don't have a second to process it. They don't have a second to be like, oh, you know what? I don't want to do that. I'm not going to help that person. I'm not going to do that either. And it does feel like they feel very pressured to perform in that way. Between Pisces and this person, they seem to feel like, I almost wanted to say like, ooh. So we have the King of Wands again. I always really loved I'm sure that you can't see it because the camera isn't clear enough, but the look on the face of this King of Wands, it seems really almost like innocent and hopeful. And so I feel like this person, it's like they seem to feel like you, not that you are coming in to save them or anything like that, but it just feels like they see you as a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? It's like you're not impatient and clawing at them and vying for their attention and chasing. That's not what you're about. I feel like the fact that you give this person the time and space to be themselves, it's almost like if the two of you do decide to get into a relationship, you are their kind of safe haven. You know what I mean? It's like you're their soft place to land. And that doesn't mean that this person will come home and dump all their day all over you. I feel like they don't even want to talk about their day when they get home. They just kind of want to be around somebody that accepts them as they are and doesn't need, this and this and this and this from them. I do feel that to a certain extent, this person, they do have a really strong physical attraction. Okay, there's really no two ways about that. But I feel like they're so stressed out that part of it actually might be not at the forefront. You know what I mean? It's like instead of a physical connection with somebody, I feel like what this person truly needs. So I feel like I'm talking really fast. What this person truly needs is almost like patience and quiet and peace, instead of all of this kind of like everyone just pulling them apart like freaking Play-Doh. But like, you are a tasty snack, my friend. So it does feel like that will be kind of dampened until they get out of the woods. So it's almost like that may not be a huge part of the relationship in the beginning, but I feel like once they, kind of get control of their life again, or they take back control, you might see this kind of passion come out of them. And you're kind of like, where was this months ago or weeks ago or whatever it is, right? And it's actually because they're not buried under all of the stress from everybody else kind of clamoring for their attention and their energy and their this and their that, right? They're super sweet on you. I feel like this is somebody that they do seem to have a lot of affection for you, but I feel like they may not. This isn't somebody that falls in love easily. So they are very sweet on you. But again, I feel like because they're so, stressed out, them falling in love here may take a little bit longer than, hold on for a second, may take a little bit longer than it would normally for them because they've got so much going on. So for those of you with your Venus in Pisces, Queen of Wands with the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. What is going on? So, this is, okay, dang it. I actually feel it's a very different energy coming off of this card. I feel like this is somebody that is very competitive. It's like everything's a competition with them, right? It's like if the two of you are brushing your teeth in the bathroom together, they're gonna start racing you to see who can do it first, but it's like they're not gonna tell you and make a game out of it and make it fun, right? It's like they're just gonna try to do everything before you do it. And they seem to want some accolades or some praise for that. They also seem to be, I feel like there's somebody that is a little too free with their bits, if you will. I feel like there's somebody that it's great that they have this really strong physical energy, but I feel like they're a little too open with it. They seem to feel that it's a powerful part of them, which of course it is, but I feel like they seem to lean too much on it. It's like, I don't actually feel that they want anybody to love them right now. I feel like what they want is someone to admire them. And if you don't, it's like if you don't fall into that category, I feel like you're going to see this person turn. And they are going to be relatively, say relatively, but I feel like they're going to be unpleasant. I feel like they're going to be, it's that person, they have like the veiled insults and the this and the that. So it just feels like, I actually kind of, make your own decision, of course, but while this person may want something real with you, I actually see you being a bit disgusted with them. So I think I'll leave it there, Pisces. If this reading resonated, I hope that it was helpful and brought you some clarity. If you'd like a private reading with me, my email is below in the description box. And if you're new here, I release new videos on Thursdays and Sundays. And we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.